Oh, man, I won't complain. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. Thank you for this, man.
Oh, I had to go old school this morning. I know you got a good word for that.
Oh, man, thank you for this, because life can be so tough and rough that there are moments when we feel like complaining. But I've discovered, according to my late good friend Paul Jones, instead of complaining, that's when you claim. You don't complain about what's wrong. You claim the good that God has that is coming into your life. And so Paul simply put it like this: I won't complain. Yes, life is rough. The going gets tough. Yes, life can go bad on you. Yes, you'll wonder how you're going to make ends meet because your money is funny and your change is strange. Yes, you may get a bad report from the doctor, but here is what Paul says. Paul says, I won't complain. I'm going to spend my time at the claim window and not the complaint window. When you're at the complaint window, you spend all of your energy dealing with that which is negative. But when you're at the claim window, you claim that which is positive. When you're at the complaint window, you only see the glass is half empty. When you're at the claim window, you see the glass is half full. So go ahead and say with Paul, I won't complain. I won't complain. Number one, Paul says, because God is good even when life goes bad. He keeps saying over and over, God has been good to me. I love it because God's goodness has a way of intervening in the midst of life going bad. And so Paul says, I'm not complaining because I know that even when life goes bad, God is so good that God can take what is bad to me and use it to bring good out of it for me. So I won't complain because God's goodness is greater than any bad that I may be going through. I won't complain because I know that God has a way of coming through when I'm going through hell and high water, when I'm going through hardship and heartbreak, when I'm going through tough times and terrible times. The good news is God comes through, and God comes through and gives me peace in the midst of my pressure. God comes through and gives me strength while I'm suffering. God comes through and makes a way out of no way. See, God is good and
yes,
God
sir.
comes through. So since God is good and God comes through, I won't complain. Here's what I'm going to do. I ain't going to the complaint window. I'm going to hang out at the claim window, and I won't complain.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Oh, you can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes.
There it is. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Thank you,
yes,
man. I won't complain.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 12 minutes after the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by Indeed. That's right. Are you looking to hire? Indeed would help you speed up the process. They have 135 skills tests to help you find the right candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit time for your front page. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. So a supermarket cashier is dead after a confrontation about wearing a face mask. The cashier at the Big Bear supermarket in Atlanta metro area reportedly asked the customer to put on a mask, which turned into an argument. Authorities say that when the suspect opened fire, a sheriff's deputy who was on the scene pulled out his gun and shot the suspect. The officer was also shot 2 times and taken to the hospital and is in stable condition. Yes, Ricky, in the Atlanta
it wasn't far from
area.
my house where that happened.
It was
serious?
crazy.
Yeah, right in Decatur.
So the person that they asked to wear the mask got mad and started shooting?
He went outside, got a gun, came back in, and just shot her point blank. Yeah.
And it happened to be an off-duty deputy that happened to be there to be able to intervene, and he's the one that ended up shooting the suspect, but he got shot twice also.
Wow.
Over a face mask.
Wow.
And speaking of face masks, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is apologizing for comparing face masks to the Holocaust. She visited the Holocaust Museum in D.C. and says that she now understands why her comments were so offensive, but she does still stand by comparing Democrats to the Nazi Party. And there may soon be another approved vaccine against COVID-19. It's called Novavax. It's a 2-shot vaccine, and it's found to be about 90% effective in a large study in the U.S. and in Mexico. The vaccine is also found to be safe to protect against most variants. And last but certainly not least, not sure if you guys heard about this, but Southwest is up and flying again after a technical glitch caused nationwide delays. So a weather monitoring system went down last night for about 3 hours. And it kept nearly 1,400 planes grounded at the airport. Some of the passengers were actually stuck on the tarmac almost the entire time. All right. These are your stories and more. You can log on to the RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Now it's time for sports. Rock T, what's going on?
Let's get into these NBA playoffs. Eva for Shiva, Atlanta Hawks. How about them Hawks, man? They even the series versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid shot 0 for 12 in the second half with the Sixers. Now that's how you execute eliminating your opponent's best player from beating you when you forcing everybody else to beat you. He lit them up for 17 in the first half, shut them down in the second half, man. Utah Jazz, they lose to the Clippers. Clippers done it again, man. They dropped the first 2, then they come back and win the next 2, so they even up the series. All I gotta say is, mama, there go that man, Kawhi Leonard. Dude is sick, man. They're going to probably put this doggone series away. It still may get to 7 games, but, man, they may get it away in 6. The Brooklyn Nets will be without Kyrie Irving for Game 5 tonight versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Still got that ankle injury. James Harden still out with his hamstring injury. Kevin Durant got to hold it down by himself with a little bit of help from Blake Griffin. But if both of those players are out the rest of the series, you can go ahead and say the Brooklyn Nets are toast in the playoffs, man. Last but not least, Hall of Famer Hooper and South Carolina women's basketball head coach Dawn Staley says that she is 100% confident that she would succeed in coaching an NBA team. Not a WNBA team, an NBA team. She's one of 2 female candidates interviewing for the Portland Trail Blazers replacement job as head coach. I hope she gets it too, man. That'd be dope. I would love to see a woman coaching in the NBA. I think Nancy Lieberman will be another head coach that would succeed. That's what I got for sports right about now. Gary with the T, what's up there, pimpin'?
All right, y'all. Everybody loved y'all the Fast and Furious franchise. I mean, that's what people are saying anyway. But now they're saying y'all that there's plenty of talk that Michelle Rodriguez, who played Letty, could be next in line, y'all, for the next solo treatment. And they're also saying, y'all, that sources are saying that the same ones who allowed them, y'all, to reveal John Cena's role in F9 long before it was announced to the world, that Tyrese Gibson, y'all, Roman Pierce character, is another potential character. Now they're saying, of course, y'all, it could be a hugely ironic, y'all, for the 42-year-old to headline his own entry in the expanded universe when he repeatedly, y'all, and very publicly blasted Johnson over Hobbs and Shaw. But they're saying once the main drag draws to a close, there's going to be a pretty sizable regular gap in the actor's schedule to fill. And, y'all, he's been part of an important part of the series, y'all, since the very first sequel. So congratulations to Tyrese. He might have his own Fast and Furious, y'all, so keep your fingers crossed because he definitely deserves it, and he speaks out on whatever he wants, and whatever he wants, he usually gets it, even his divorces. So we're going to follow this and see how this works out for Mr. Tyrese and his Fast and Furious situation. All right, y'all. The color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Indian teal. On the high end, you say Indian teal, and on the low end, you say bluish green. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Dr. Dre reveals the cause of his brain aneurysm, and I'm going to tell you what he had to say up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
June is Black Music Month. Go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com to hear more about the artists and songs that made a difference to the culture. Coming up, we've got more of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
this hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
it's the BRAT.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This segment is being embodied by P&G Olay Body Wash. That's right. Feeling stress in your skin? Not with Olay Body Wash. Olay with retinol renews dull, stressed skin overnight. Try Olay Body Wash with retinol today. Brat, what's up?
What's up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. During an interview, Dr. Dre revealed that high blood pressure was the cause of his brain aneurysm that he suffered at the top of the year. He explained it's a really weird thing, and I've never had high blood pressure, and I've always been a person that's always taking care of my health. But there's something that happens for some reason with black men and high blood pressure, and I never saw that coming, but I'm taking care of myself. He continued, and I think every black man should just check that out and make sure things are okay with the blood pressure. I'm going to move on and hopefully live a long, healthy life. He added, I'm feeling fantastic. So that's awesome. And he's right. Everybody need to go to the doctor and get checked up and make sure they all right, because you don't want nothing to creep up on you and then it be a little too late. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, y'all. Michelle Williams has reacted to women wanting to cancel Destiny's Child hit Cater to You for being a slavery song 17 years after its release. Now, in the Instagram video, Michelle said, and if you want to call this a kind of a clapback, maybe it's a church or a sweet clapback, she goes, I just read that y'all want to cancel the song Cater to You by Destiny's Child. Oh, honey, you didn't discern who you were catering to, and you gave your little pearls to swine. Don't be mad at Destiny's Child.
Man.
I
don't see what's wrong with the song.
Well, nothing is wrong with the song, but I'm talking about, what's the clapback? Is that a clapback?
Yes, a clapback. She said you gave your pearls to swine. So
you gave your pearls to
She
swine.
said y'all catering to the wrong folks. That ain't their fault.
Okay.
That's an old school saying. That's what your mama used to say. Your grandma used to tell you, not don't throw your pearls to the swine. So she's saying you catering to the wrong people. Don't get mad at the song. Get mad at your choices. I'm here for it. It was a classy clapback, Brad.
Yeah, like a gospel clapback kind of.
Yes.
She used the word discern.
A sanctified clapback.
All right, y'all, moving on. During the interview with Forbes, Rick Ross revealed that he's very much a frugal man. He said, I bought a tractor that is enclosed and has air conditioning and a radio. I had the windows tinted so I wouldn't be able to see to cause too much confusion with traffic right next to the estate. He said, people still don't know me, but when I get a tractor, it's a whole nother level of peace, a whole nother level of connecting with the estate and the animals and the birds and the wildlife. I sit here and I have my cannabis rolled up, and man, I look at the property and can appreciate my struggles and my triumphs through those rough days. For anybody who doesn't cut their own grass, I would say take time out every 2 or 3 months to cut your grass, because it's such a great, peaceful sensation. He also revealed that he saves money flying commercial and that he tries his best to fly Delta whenever he can. So I guess that makes him frugal. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news you absolutely, positively cannot use. And why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is 12 before the top of the hour, y'all. It's time for news you can't use. What up, Special K?
What up, Rickey Smiley? Let me tell you something. I ain't telling no lie today. I'm telling the truth. Now, I want to talk to these airlines about, matter of fact, before I even start talking, could I get some appropriate flying music? Because there was a story in the news last week where apparently people are acting up on these flights. We all been seeing these, right?
Yep.
People are losing their mind on these airline flights. They getting wild. They fighting. They doing all kind of stuff with these with the flight crew and all that. Now, there was one story that in particular jumped out at me, where the captain came on the intercom and said he needed all strong, able-bodied men to come to the front of the plane to help the flight crew restrain this passenger that was wilding out. Right.
Right.
Let me tell y'all what y'all not about to do on these flights when I'm flying. I didn't get on this flight to fight, okay? I'm not that dude. First of all, I'm sitting way too far in the back for me to get up to the front to help out with something. I don't never have a seat in section 1 through 7, in row 1 through 7. I don't never have one of them seats, ever. I'm usually in 25 on back to like 33, 34. So it's going to take me a while to get up to the front in the first place. Second of all, y'all don't do me right from the time I get to the airport. Y'all charging me to bring my bag on. That's $25, $35 that I barely got. I'm not trying to. No, it's Delta too. They charge you for if you want to check. If you don't want to check, if you want to check a bag, you got to pay $25. Y'all won't let me change my flight without paying a flight change fee. I don't appreciate that. I'm taking the same flight on the next day. Just slide somebody else in my seat for the day. Let me go on and get that spot tomorrow. And don't charge me no $150.
Right.
Nobody got that. I get on the plane. I ask for 2 extra cookies. Just 2 extra cookies. Them cookies good as hell. Them little Biscoff cookies.
Have y'all ever squeezed some lime juice on the cookie?
Ooh,
Man, let me tell you something.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. And they hard and crunchy, but they good.
Tastes like
They almost
key lime pie.
They do.
Man, it's almost like a stale little Girl Scout cookie, but they just be right.
With a cup of coffee? Shoot.
Ooh,
Man,
yes,
let me tell you something.
baby. Ooh.
And I'm just asking for 1 extra little pack. And you looking at me like you done already had 4. Why you counting my cookies?
Right.
Just give me some damn cookies.
Had 4.
And now y'all, and then
they have to find the sisters. Flight
Yeah.
attendant
And
with
she give you a whole pack of
Yeah.
the one with some with some micro braids.
and don't ask me, and don't charge me $2 for them little cheap earplugs either. That's so I can watch the little TV in front of me.
Right.
Just give me the earplugs, $2. Really? And give me my whole drink. Don't
The
give me
whole
half a
Yeah.
can of Coke.
Yeah,
I'm a
the whole
grown
one.
man. What's this, vacation
Yeah,
Bible
they'll
school?
pour it in there, but sometimes they'll go ahead and hand it to you when they're just trying to get on out of there.
But sometimes, see, but Ricky, they treat you different in the area you flying. See, you flying up
I
front.
fly coach too now. Now that I got them mask on, I can
I don't
pull
even
that
fly
mask all the
coach.
way up.
I fly assistant coach. I be all the
Right.
way in the back.
Right, you back there in the jump seat with the flight attendant.
Exactly. I'm right back there by the bathroom.
See, they ain't got
And
no
everybody who
seatbelts.
go in that bathroom and fart, I gotta smell it. Because when y'all
Right.
close the door, a little bit of it leak out.
I'm talking about it's raw too.
And if you in section 33 or 34,
Fresh.
that's you gonna catch it.
Yeah.
So don't be asking me to come up there and fight. I'm not coming up there to fight. I don't know what this person's skill level is in fighting.
And Monique's message is really getting through because in Fort Lauderdale Airport yesterday, I only saw 1 bunny. As well 3 weeks prior to, I saw about 30. I saw only 1 yesterday. So, and she
I
was
only
doing it
saw-
on purpose because she was walking through with an attitude like, I dare somebody to say something.
I saw one like that in DFW. But I only saw 1, and she looked crazy. See, now when you're the only one in the airport like that, you looking real stupid right now. So yeah, shout out to Monique.
Yeah,
All right, so-
this segment is all over the place, but man, we appreciate it.
I just had to get it off my chest, man. I had to get it off my chest. I'm sorry.
Show your love for the one and only.
That's right.
Special K. We got Gary with the T. Andy Kalor today coming up. Man, it wasn't bad, but it could have been.
I just had to vent.
What drawers should I wear today? Oh, what drawers should I wear today? Should I wear my granny panties or should I wear a thong? What drawers should I wear today? One more time. What drawers should I wear today? Oh, what drawers should I wear today? Wear my granny panties or should I wear a thong? Again. Should I wear my granny panties or should I wear a thong? Should I wear my granny panties or should I wear a thong? What drawers should I wear today?
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Chrissy Teigen, y'all. I really almost thinking I'm feeling sorry for Chrissy because she is really going through a lot right now, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that it seems that Miss Teigen, y'all, has spent a lot of time, y'all, bullying people online. And, y'all, this time, y'all, a designer by the name of Michael Costello said, honey, he bullied her and made him think about killing himself. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the Project Runway star Costello, he worked with many celebrities, including Beyonce, y'all, and Cardi B. They're saying, y'all, that he says that he was the victim of an online hoax and somebody mistook him as a person online making racist comments. Now they're saying that the comments were in fact, honey, Photoshop. Now he says, y'all, that Chrissy did whatever, hit him up. He said, y'all, that she told him that his career was over and all the doors will be shut from there on. And boy, did she live up to her words there, saying. Now I'm like, okay, this woman is too many things, but he said so many nights. He said he stayed awake. He said he wanted to kill himself. He didn't even see the point of living. He said she allegedly, y'all, also messaged him saying, good, racist people like you deserve to suffer and die. And he put out this. He said, I didn't want to do this, but I cannot be happy until I speak my mind. He said, I need to heal, and in order for me to do that, I must reveal what I've been going through. He said, I want to kill myself, and I'm traumatized, depressed, and have thoughts of suicide, y'all. They're saying that Chrissy Teigen is something else, and she's been releasing apologies, honey. They got a whole list of apologies that she listed that I have in my hand here, but it's, can grown people really be bullied and just... And let other grown people make them feel like they want to kill themselves and go to, does Chrissy Teigen have that much power? Did she have that much power over people? Or what is it? I mean, and even this is your lane with the...
It seems like it's something missing.
Like what?
Because I don't know. I just don't see where another individual can push me to the point where I'm talking like that. I mean...
Depends on where your state of mind is at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said it seems like there's something missing. There's some other thing going on here.
And she spoke on it. She did an apology yesterday, and it was quite lengthy. She just talked about how she cannot make any excuses. She was mean. She was a bully. She was insecure. She had all of her own issues, and instead of dealing with her issues, she took it out on people around her. And there is no sympathy she's looking for from anybody. She was wrong. Wrong is wrong, and she understands why she's been canceled.
And that's what's missing. There you go.
There you go.
And she said she was insecure and she was having, her problems. And people will wonder how a beautiful, quote unquote, woman like her could be insecure. She has a multi-millionaire husband and she has a big time career. But how do you be insecure?
You'd be amazed.
Well, she's still human.
Yes, a lot of people they be having low self-esteem. Low self-esteem, was bullied when they were kids and all kind of stuff. And, they might turn out to be a swan, but they still dealing with things that happened to them when they was inside the egg. You know what I mean?
My Lord.
Message. On analogies?
Yeah.
I know.
All right.
What they don't know, don't grow.
Don't show.
It's don't show. Uncle's down in the hood.
All right. Well, we done learned something new today. Now,
yes, we have.
Yeah. Well, moving on quickly, y'all. Kevin Hart, honey. Now, we talked about this, but he's speaking out again, y'all. He is slamming the cancel culture. He had enough of the cancel culture, he said, and he wants people to shut the mess up when it comes to comedy. He said, if somebody has done something truly damaging, then absolutely a consequence should be attached. Now, he said, but when you talk about nonsense, he said, when you're talking about somebody saying they need to be taken down, he said, shut the mess up, and that's not what he used. He said, what are you talking about? He said, when did we get to the point where life was supposed to be perfect? He said, the get hard start continues. He said, now, where people were supposed to operate perfectly all the time. He said, I don't understand it. He said, I don't expect perfection from my kids. I don't expect it from my wife, friends, employees. He said, because last I checked, he said, the only way you grow is from messing up. And he used the F word. He said, I don't know a kid who hasn't messed up or done something dumb or crazy. He also revealed that he's been canceled 3 or 4 times already. He said, I've been canceled, 3 or 4 times? He said, never bothered. He said, it don't bother me. If you allow it to have an effect on you, he said, it will. Personally, that's not how I operate, unquote. So
the cancel culture is really reaching. Because when you start going back into times, canceling people for things that they said in the 90s and the 80s that you probably should not say now. You do better when you know better. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, I already know mine coming because I was wrong for Lil Daryl. That was just wrong. That was wrong on so many levels. That was so wrong. Kids like that stopped saying Easter speeches after that. And so
I don't know, man.
I just don't know.
Hey, Lil Daryl, a hero, Jack.
Right, that's my hero.
But they all
But he is a biographical character because he's
they was all coming to my comedy show support me. They wanted me to do that. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of stuff
We
like
still
things
want you to do Little Daryl.
right. That Eddie Murphy and them. And everybody said on stage that stuff was funny. And then you can't even laugh at it if it was. No, man. Cancel culture is really reaching.
Yeah. Boo to the cancel
What about
culture.
the bullying culture?
See, Gary, what he's saying is that this is something that Chrissy Teigen did years ago. They pulled up these tweets years ago. They pulled up stuff from Kevin Hart years ago, and they're canceling him now for things that he did a long time ago, not current stuff.
That's great.
This isn't yesterday's news. This was last year, 3 years ago news.
Well, this is the color of the day, honey. It's Indian teal. On the high end, you say Indian teal, and on the low end, you say bluish green. That's your color for the day. We just got to pray, y'all. Night and day.
Well, while they canceling, they can cancel these. Hey. All right, 24 minutes after the hour, y'all. Time for the wake-up call. Get at your boy, 866-9 Ricky. Let's go.
This is Milo Austin, future mayor of Raleigh. It's time to get up and get to it. Let's go.
Hey, this is the wake up call. This is Lily from the STL. Hi, Brat.
I want to give a shout out to all the kids at Santa Clara Elementary. Woo! Y'all made it. It's the last week of school. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
My name is Linda Connor. Good morning to Ricky and the team, and I love you guys.
This is Fatima Borden out there in Sylacauga, Alabama. Shout out to people in Sylacauga. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, baby.
Cause we gon' let them know. Come on. You at Norfolk, wake up.
Hey.
In Birmingham, wake up.
Hey.
You at Homer, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. St. Louisville, wake up. New Orleans, wake up. You at Memphis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, big shout out to my whole Sylacauga family that be coming to karaoke. Auntie and them. I love y'all so much. What up, Rock?
All right, man, let's talk about this story. A woman in Allentown, Pennsylvania is facing charges after she tried to hire a hitman to kill her husband and asked if he could offer her a payment plan. Now, 44-year-old Claudia Carrion met up with the guy on Thursday and agreed to pay $4,000 for the hit, but she didn't have all the money up front. So she asked if she could be put on an installment plan for $100 for 40 weeks.
Wait a minute.
That's a mean layaway plan right there, Jack.
That's a car payment.
$4 grand is a cheap hit. The hits usually run about 10 grand.
No, that's about right, Rick. That's about right.
Yeah, and you getting it for $4 and you need to get that by now?
$100 a week. But here's the deal. The hitman actually agreed to it. What? Because he was actually an undercover cop.
They always
are. And once she paid that first $100 as a deposit, they arrested her.
Man, she needs to get 800
credit.
years.
That's crazy.
For being stupid.
Yeah.
But the story don't stop there, man. It turns out that this wasn't the first time she tried and failed to hire a hitman. She told police that she tried once before, but the hitman that time didn't work out either. So she's facing charges for criminal solicitation to commit homicide.
Wait a minute. How long she been with this dude?
I don't know, man.
Why don't you just get a divorce?
Thank you. That's a lot cheaper.
Less than $4,000, you can get a divorce.
Well, you know how
Pretty
it is.
much, yeah.
Now you're in jail.
You know how it is.
And you don't have to go to jail. Lord.
That's got to be the craziest thing.
Yeah, she need to be on the show World's Dumbest Criminals.
Now
Like,
she's
come on.
sitting up in court with a bonnet on.
It's some pajamas.
If I can't have you, can't nobody have you.
Lord,
Wow.
mercy.
Sounds like she wanted to get some insurance money and get the house and not have to fight him in court and deal with him. That's what she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that don't even work no more. They don't pay off in them situations.
Say what?
The insurance companies they don't pay off in those situations. They do so much investigating to make sure there wasn't no shenanigans going on.
Right.
Yeah, but
Just pay
obviously
off.
she's not the brightest criminal, so she.
This is true.
It's a lot.
She tried to
did not
finance
know.
a hit. So, yeah, you're right. Disregard.
Boy, you done married a chick. And then it said 18 and under to get in the movie. She came back with 17 more people. That's,
Oh, Lord. I see what you did there, dog.
that's what she,
She thought you meant 18 people to come get
Now that's a joke of the day.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Do
dog.
that, Rock.
I'm remixing
man.
and using that one.
boy, Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Black Tony, what's up?
Hey, Sally, what's happening, but hey, Sally, yo, I'm proud you said that about the crook. You know I'm a crook, well, you know I'm in the crook underblood.
No, you can't do that now. You're going to get all the shots.
Sally, just in case I don't never get beat up. Hey, but look, Sally.
Yeah.
Sally, I ain't gonna make it today. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a stack, which I ain't gonna make it today, Sally, because you know the Hawks won the game last night, Sally.
They did?
You know, I went to the Hawks game last night. Yo, Rod T, tell you what, the Hawks won the game last night.
Yeah, they won. They even the series.
Yes, I was at the game. You know, Trey Young, that's my homeboy. That's my partner. You know, we down here in Magic City right now, Sally.
Y'all still in Magic City? Magic City?
I'm in line. I'm still waiting to get in. I've been in line since 10 o'clock last night. But we had already paid for parking.
So you standing in line waiting to get in the strip club. Bruh, do you know what time it is, bruh? It's a whole nother day. You still...
I know, Shawty, but we've been in line since 10 o'clock last night. It's about 60 people left in front of me, Shawty. I'm going to be in there. They said I should be in there by 11 o'clock. And then
This afternoon?
Yeah.
So you been in line waiting to see some strippers.
Yeah, we in line right now. We already paid the park. Huh?
Oh, okay. Y'all can't leave because you already paid the park. How much did
we
y'all
already
the park?
paid the park, so we just gonna wait, Shawty, and then we gonna get in because, you know, after the House won, the Magic City got turned up, boy. Magic City money got turned up, boy. It's a whole nother level out there.
Oh, boy. Hey, bring me back some wings, man.
Hey, come meet me over here, Shawty, when you get off of work. Shawty, come meet me over here. I'm gonna get a table, Shawty. I'm gonna save a seat for you.
Hey, is K-Dub down there?
Yo, he down here. I down here.
All right, boy.
Little Duval down. Everybody down here, boy. Huh?
All the comedians down there?
Yeah, they all went inside, but they all trying to act like they don't know me. Shawty, I'm back in the line with the regular folk.
Yesterday, you trying to put my ass in jail and not understanding what's going on.
What is wrong?
I don't know. I ain't no doctor.
What is the problem?
I'm crazy as hell. I ain't had my medicine this morning. I ain't got no medicine. I went to the hospital and the doctor got mad because I told that white boy you should my mama a long time ago. Yes, I've been injured. I've been hit on the head and everything else. How else be a problem?
All right, when did that happen?
Yesterday. Damn, my head's hurting. You gonna send somebody here, you gonna around on the phone.
How old are you?
I'm 62 years old.
What number are you?
What's going on down there, ma'am?
Father.
Sir, I am trying to help you.
My head is hurting.
Can you tell me what apartment number you're in? What apartment number are you in?
I ain't no apartment. What's wrong with your ass? I'm the schooling that you had.
What apartment number are you in?
I ain't got no apartment. It's a town.
Okay, what kind of medical history do you have, sir?
I don't know. Let them check it out. I ain't no doctor. I ain't no nurse either.
Yeah. Okay. So we definitely need you to go with us. We're on our way.
The guy that hit you, is he still there?
Hell yeah, he live over here right probably run a dope house right next door to me.
White, black, or Hispanic?
I don't know what color he is. You call him what you want to call him.
What does he look to you?
I don't know. He look like one of Jesus' children.
He said, how else you feel sorry?
This is why Father's Day get a bad rap.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rick's Smiley Morning Show, 8 minutes after the hour. Y'all, the segment is being brought to you by My Computer Career. Family, if you don't absolutely love what you do, make sure you go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today and become an information technology professional in as little as 4 months. That's mycomputercareer.edu. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news. Former Real Housewives of Atlanta star, y'all, Nene Leakes, honey, has shared, y'all, her feelings about Cynthia Bailey's time on the show, and she said it should have expired years ago. Now, Nene said, quote, I mean, she shouldn't come back. She shouldn't have come back many seasons ago. She said, I think she should have been gone. That's what my opinion is. She said, and I think she is gone. I think she'll say she moved to L.A. or something like that. And I hope so, and I wish her well and all those things. But I think that if you ever follow this show since season 1, you should see the shift. She said, and you would like it at the show, and you would say, honey, why certain people are still here and certain people are gone. She said, that's, tells you just like a lot of right? She said, and that tell you a lot of good things. But a lot of people saying that Nene, she's also weighing in on her theories about, the alliances between a few of the ladies. She said, now you can call it an alliance. She said, that's really not the right word. She said, they really are, because they are working with a machine to demise another black woman. And that's how they're able to stay there. She said, and they're doing and saying things behind the scenes, unquote.
What?
That's very interesting. Now, Nene and Cynthia used to be best friends, and I know, Brat and Eva, I know you in particular, aren't you friends with Cynthia? And knowing that, I mean, Nene would say something like this, or this woman should be gone, and she's saying that because she quit the show now, or she just don't feel
sometimes you have friends and you're mutual friends and relationships, but you don't know the crux of their relationship. And so Cynthia and Nene had a relationship that had nothing to do with me. Years before I came on Housewives, that had its ups and downs. And so how she feels about Cynthia is her personal feeling. I have nothing to do with that at all. But they definitely play and pull strings behind the scenes to make people messy. Like I will agree with her in that.
Yeah,
that happens. That's why Ricky don't like watching the show, because it's cringy.
So why they said why she thinks Cynthia? I mean, I think Cynthia's storyline. The times I did watch it, that's the only time I felt comfortable watching when Cynthia, because it was just always wholesome and sweet and pure and
because her motto is love and light, and you resonate with that, Ricky. It's just easy, it's normalcy. And so I like Cynthia. That's one of my closest friends. I talk to her every single day, and she's a really nice lady. She's not here for all the frills, but I mean, that's not everybody's cup of tea.
Feel bad that Nene feels she should be gone. She shouldn't have a job and work like everybody else. So we're gonna see. We're gonna pray, honey. Hopefully this all just subside.
Well, all right, but they wanted to turn into basketball wives.
Well, yeah, and honey, and these girls leaving that too. So.
A damn loving hip hop Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
She has a grown daughter.
Why come Mama D can't be a housewife?
Well, she on her show, the hip hop show with Brad them. She on that show.
Executive producer.
Sorry, that's a different show.
It's a different show.
Count the ways.
I thought it was all rap. So, but anyway, yeah, that's rap.
He said that hard too. She on them Brat and
them rappers.
Right.
She on with them rappers.
All right, moving on to another celebrity news, y'all. I don't know who this man is, but honey, he is saying some disparaging things and people are hating him. Kevin Samuels, y'all know him, the blogger or whatever, the guy that talk about women all the time or whatever. Well, a lot of people
gives great advice.
Oh, is that what you call that? Well, a lot of people are angry with him because he had the audacity to rate a couple of women, and people said he didn't lost his mind. Some people saying, yeah, that he must be a closet queen. But now he rated, honey, Meg Thee Stallion, honey. He gave Meg Thee Stallion, he said out of 1 out of 10, he gave her a 6, and he gave Beyonce, honey, an 8, and Lori Harvey an 8. And people saying, how could you give Beyonce and Lori Harvey the same rate?
Now, that's the stupidest thing he does is rate people, because people's looks are very subjective. What's beautiful to one person is maybe not so beautiful to the next person. But, I think he's doing a lot of that for exactly what he's getting, attention.
Yeah, well, because I'm very hurt, honey. Well, I guess it is working.
Well, his rating scale is off, because I think everybody would say Beyonce is a 10. On the scale.
No, not everybody. I know guys who don't think she's all that. Honestly.
Oh.
I can't see it, but everything's subjective.
You ain't gonna tell me Meg Thee Stallion a 6.
Thank you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And the only reason I won't rate her because my daughter's the same age. So I ain't got no business looking at her.
Okay.
Well.
All right, then. Well, we gonna see how this turn out.
Ain't no damn 6. If we would have had Meg Thee Stallion when we was in college, we had, we didn't have a Meg Thee Stallion or Beyonce. We had, never mind, go ahead.
The color today, y'all, is one of my favorite. My color today is Indian teal. On the high end, you say Indian teal, and on the lunch, you say blue.
Making the mule.
Adina Howard. Sunshine Anderson.
Adina Howard was after us back then when we was in college. It was Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. And Sherelle had on a little short dress singing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday love. And that was about the second. Then we had Whitney Houston. She had no courage back then.
You had Vanity.
Huh?
Vanity.
Yeah, man, but
Shirley.
Vanity was
Apollonia?
No, they went. Apollonia probably was the most we had.
Janet Jackson.
Apollonia. But Janet Jackson was wearing all black and stuff, and she never got naked. We ain't never seen no butt cheek. We ain't seen no butt cheeks until we was in our late 20s. We was about 30 by the time we saw a piece of ass. Go ahead.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, so as Chrissy Teigen continues to apologize for bullying tweets from years ago, now the question is that people are asking: is it fair to punish somebody for something they said on social media in the past? Now, Kevin Hart lost his spot hosting the Oscars after tweets from almost 10 years ago surfaced, and his jokes were called homophobic, which everybody did jokes like that. I'm just saying from the comedy game, I've seen it all the time. But is punishing someone for something they said on social media fair? Some say yes, as this is the new norm in the college admissions process. You should be aware of what you put in the social verse. However, others bring up the point that as adults, if we are all judged on what we did in our high school, none of us would be employed. That's a fact. So the question is, what is the statute of limitations on when someone should be held accountable for social media posts? Call us up at 866-9-RICKY and let us know what you think. Brat, what are your thoughts?
Man, I just feel like after a certain time, like if it's 10 years ago, things was different back then. Like, this is cancel culture now, and everything is so sensitive, and you can't say nothing to do nothing. Comedians can't even crack jokes. I think if it was like maybe 5 years at the most, like, let it go.
Special K.
I think if you're not in a position to affect public policy, who cares? If you're not a judge or a politician or something like that, who cares what you said 10 years ago, 5 years ago?
Right. What are your thoughts, Eva?
Well, I think we change and evolve as people, and our thought process and our perspective 10 years ago might be very different than we are now. 10 years ago, I wasn't a mom. I'm a mother of 3 now. I'm married. My head is very different. So I could be counseled for so many things I used to say because, that was just the time back then. It's a different day today, and we should judge today, not yesterday.
What are your thoughts, Gary?
I think they should counsel the people, because just thinking back from when I was in high school and whatever, when people used to call you names and stuff, and that affected your livelihood and affected who you are today. So I think sometimes they should go back and counsel the people that call me punks and sissies and all that. They should be counseled.
Well, why they call you that? You had a girlfriend back then.
Yeah, I know that, but they still just did it. I don't know why they did it, but that's just not a good look, and that could have affected me. No, I
was
don't.
It true?
Both of them was switching, holding hands.
And believe it, and that's what it was, because I walked differently then. That's why I have to practice on my walk now. So yeah,
lips tooted out like you smell some fresh baked cookies, milk and cookies. I'm sorry.
See, that's counseling.
Say what? I'm finna get counseled.
Yes,
you gone.
What you think, Rob?
Man, people change, man. People grow, they mature. And listen, man, we all make mistakes. But the thing is, we learn from them as we get older. So name one person on this planet that is perfect. It's not. So, it is what it is. It's cancel culture. I'll give a big capital boo to it.
All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning.
So I just think that, for me, it's a platform for your views. So before social media is exactly what people did to express their opinions and views. So I think they should be able to go back as far as they can because that's who you are. If you're showing that, that's who you are.
Shouldn't be a limitation on it right now as long as Donald Trump is still alive because all that social media, that will give him a platform to get back on it.
As far back as it's still posted, if you don't believe it anymore, then you should remove it. If you still have it posted, then apparently you still feel that way.
I feel like if you haven't went to this person 2 or 3 months after it happened, I think you should let it go. You shouldn't let somebody control your actions, especially that long.
You shouldn't even be able to do nothing about that. You need to worry about this virus that's coming here in Delta. That's what they need to worry about and go get these shots.
Who uncle? Who uncle? Hey, now you know what? Now I did hear something. One of the calls. Now that was fair. If you don't believe it anymore, then go back and take the tweet down. I mean,
but what if you've tweeted thousands of times? You're gonna go back and scour through all your tweets.
I mean,
over the years?
if you think something is gonna damage your career or whatever, like if you're on Section 8 or whatever, you got to go and clean up because they coming to inspect. You don't want to get put out.
Okay.
I don't know if that analogy make any sense. But
well, it sounds good.
It hit right on the head.
Yeah, but that garbage been over there in that corner for some weeks. You need to go take the trash out. I don't know if that make any sense, but that's the only analogy I can think of. Let us know if you can get through. Hit us up on our Facebook page. Get at us because we definitely want to know your thoughts. Because that is a bit much. It's like, okay, the cancel culture is doing the most. You can't say a damn. I'm with Brat. You can't say poot now without somebody being hurt, somebody being offended, or whatever. Now here's I don't know. I just don't like it. And you know what? It goes all the way back to childhood. Don't I get women on my Facebook page telling me how to say stuff to my grandson and don't talk to him like this. And what's happening is made everybody soft and sensitive or whatever. So now everybody's soft and sensitive. Now you got grown people that's soft and sensitive or whatever. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Or whatever, because I got cracked on. My grandmother had hand-me-down clothes. The kid across the street, the clothes that were too small for him, that's what I wore. And sometimes, your grandmama dressed you up in some old clothes and people would roast you. That's how I learned how to roast. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe some of the stuff I got sent to school in along with all that grease on my face. And, man, Yancey Dow and Lily, all them dudes used to crack on me on the bus. My granddaddy told the barber to cut all my hair. I was the first one with a bald head because I didn't want to comb my hair. So my granddaddy go in the barber shop and say, give him a fair daddy. So I had to learn how to roast back.
What they say about your clothes? What some of the things they used to say?
What they used to call you?
Talking about... I did have a sweater with the cotton. A lot of cotton was coming out. But every time somebody got out the bus, they would pull it. so Rock, turn the music on. Rock. Hey, Dave. Yes. When they got on the school bus, I was sitting in the third seat one day. I'll never forget it. I don't know how everybody found out. When everybody getting on the school bus with a particular sweater, they would pull a piece of cotton off my sweater. So every time the bus started, everybody got on school. Even the girls started doing it. Man, by the time I got the nut roebuck, I had on a halter top. I was like, what the hell?
Whole stomach out.
You wear that sweater?
And my whole stomach out.
You had to wear that sweater like every other day, dog.
Man, damn it, my grandmama, man, washed that damn sweater and put it right back on. Talking about this is going to keep you from getting a cold. I was so glad when Miss Lockhart gave me Chuck clothes. Charles Running Lockhart Jr. saved my life because I started getting Chuck clothes. Chuck was a year younger than me, but he was bigger than me, so I would get all his clothes. And I was dressing better. They left me alone, but I don't know where my grandmama got that damn sweater from. And she dead and gone. She's probably rolling over in her grave, but she don't know. By the time I got to school, I had on a damn headband around my damn chest. All right, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning. Y'all go to hell. Y'all can go to hell. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Morning. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Jeff, good morning.
What up, Rick? How you doing, brother?
Man, blessed. Excited about Father's Day week.
Man, I am too, man. But unfortunately, as we get ready to celebrate fathers, there is nasty politics that are going on. But good news first. The Senate on Monday, really last night, voted to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's Biden's pick to fill the vacancy in the D.C.-based appellate court, and she was previously in the D.C. Circuit Court. And by being elevated to the D.C. Circuit Court, she really is what I think a lot of people think would be the first nomination to the Supreme Court, when and if Biden gets one. And for those of you that are paying attention, the danger in this is your best friend, Mitch McConnell, is essentially saying, Rick, that at all costs he is going to block President Biden from being able to get anybody through the court. And he's saying that, you know, this kind of fictitious rule that he created, that if the nomination comes after a certain point, that he's no longer even going to hear it because he believes that an outgoing president doesn't have the ability to make a nomination, despite the fact that Trump got his nominee put forward with 8 days left in his administration. So it continues to be just foolishness.
Well, how can he do that and he's not the majority leader?
Well, what he's saying is that he is going to be the majority leader, and as the majority leader, he is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Well,
it would be nice if what's his name go ahead and resign, because he's been on the court for years. And if
Beyer, I think that there's a lot of many people think that may be the tactic, because you're right. He's in his 80s, and politically, if the Democrats don't want to get to a place where you got a super majority on the court, that may be what happens next. So real quick, man, the second thing is I am so proud of, and I think a lot of people are, especially those that love track and field as much as I do. Anybody that doesn't have Aggie Pride should have Aggie Pride, because North Carolina A&T track and field showed the hell out at the NCAAs this weekend. They took home 4 titles, if I'm not mistaken. And this was the first time that an HBCU had ever won the NCAA championship in the 4x400 meter relay. And them boys rolled out. The Aggies were the only school at the NCAA championship to have their men and women's team finish in the top 4 this weekend. So big up to both the men's and women's track team at North Carolina A&T. Man, y'all looked beautiful this weekend, and it was great to see your mastery, your brilliance, your excellence on that track and on the field. And before I get out of here, Rick, man, listen, what message do you have, Rick, to those that are buying Father's Day gifts not to do? Because we always know folks be going halfway on Father's Day, man, when they be going 10 times the way on Mother's Day. So what is the one piece of advice to kids, to wives, to others that are buying Father's Day gifts, what not to do?
Boy, don't get me started on that. Well, I just got into a heated text exchange with my daughter's mother. I mean, we best friends, but I'm just texting her like, what the hell you coming on a Saturday for, and then got to go back on a Sunday night where you can go to work when everybody leave out for Mother's Day on a Thursday? This is just my personal experience. All the restaurants, you can easily get a reservation on a Sunday in a restaurant on damn Father's Day, but you can't get nowhere near. You can't get nowhere near a restaurant on Mother's Day. Like,
man, you can't get a reservation 2 weeks out from Mother's Day.
Man, please.
You can walk in on Father's Day, be like, y'all got some tables?
Right.
I need 2.
Yeah.
Party at 2.
And then they make you pull the tables together.
We got a party at 15. We got a party at 15. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Absolutely, sir.
We got you.
Just pick a table.
Pick your area.
That's right. That's right, Joe. That's our job. That's why we had this platform. We're gonna build up Father's Day, and we're gonna honor and recognize all these good dads and stepdads and coaches and men that's making a difference out here. And so we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that.
So I want y'all to hit me. Tell me. We just send me at Jeff's Nation on IG. All the dads that you want recognized on Thursday. I'm just going to go off and I'm just going to be reading daddies' names.
Yeah.
Daddies who y'all love. I'm just reading as many regular daddies as y'all will send me. I'm going to try to read every single one of them in my time on Thursday. And I know a bunch of you, they told me before I came on that a bunch of you were looking for the Journacy site. It's Journacy, JOURNACY.com, and appreciate all the love. But Rick, yeah, we going on Thursday, brother. I'm just reading names of daddies whose family said they love.
Yeah, they name in what city, all of it. We want to recognize all of them, Jeff. I appreciate that, man.
So send them through to Rick or send them through to me. But like I'm saying, all I'm doing is reading daddy's names and cities on Thursday. So if you want your daddy, your husband, your baby daddy, that dude you want to have baby with, whatever it is, send me his name on IG at Jeff's Nation, and we gonna big him up on Thursday.
Y'all give it up. Show your love for Jeff Johnson. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Oh, yeah. Give them something they can roll on.
Oh, man. Happy Father's Day week, y'all, to all the dads out there, man. Oh, you good damn man. I had to go and throw that one in, man. Listen, if you love this song right here when this came out, man, let me see. Your kids got to be about 15, 16, 17. What does that take you back to, Rock?
Come on, man. There's each region of the United States got certain songs that when you hear them, it just take you back. When you think of the West Coast, you got NWA and Ice Cube and all them. Happy birthday to Ice Cube. You got Tupac and Snoop, Nate Dogg. But DJ Quik is got to be near the top of that West Coast list.
Yes.
Boy, I should have played it just like Compton. I would have got. I wouldn't have.
Come on, man.
I would have had to leave.
It ain't too late. Play in the background.
You got it just like Compton.
Come on, man.
Finally had a chance to leave the CTP.
I'm looking.
Come on, man.
St. Louis, where the country has ever go, teeth in their mouth, but they still know what's up. Where it's hot as a mother, hot enough to make you cuss. That's why I stay my ass on the bus. Boy! After about a month on the road, I came home and I can safely say that L.A. is a much better place to stay. How could a bunch of brothers in a town like this have such a big influence on brothers so far away? Boy, let me tell you, I used to bump that in a Ford Escort driving all the way to St. Louis. Oh, man, you get past Memphis, that long-ass stretch from Memphis to St. Louis. I used to listen to that damn song. That is like a dad song. Everybody loves It's Just Like Compton. Whoa! Whoa! Well, don't get me started. Hey, happy Father's Day week, man. All of the fathers, man. All of the Little League coaches and soccer coaches and baseball coaches, basketball coaches, football coaches, man. All of the guys that's standing in the gap when you can't be there to be a father. Shout out to my son's coaches. Mo Williams down there at Alabama State, Dr. Quinn Ross, Alabama State University. All of the coaches, all of the everybody that's making a difference, stepping up to the plate, being a great dad or a father figure to impressionable young men and getting these kids through high school, through middle school, elementary school, college, making them tough, making them become men. And what's my man that's the doctor up there in New York City, got that little school. He always on Ayanna Van Zandt, Fix My Life, Doctor, gosh, can't think of his name. I absolutely love him. Man, so shout out. So all week we celebrating Father's Day week. So, hey, if you're in your car right now and you're a great dad, hey, blow your horns right now. And we're going to definitely have a conversation sometime this week on how you can gain access to your kids for the dads out there that's trying to be a good dad, but they're dealing with bitter baby mamas. I'm just going to be honest. We ain't trying to kill the spirit, but we're going to give you some information to help you get access to your kids because there's a lot of good fathers out there that want to be good fathers and can't. All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Hey, y'all, I got to say something about this song, man. If you love this song, you will have a lot of flies in your house this summer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get your raid and get your fly spray and your fly swatter because if you leave that door open, summer got something for you. Hey, we got the one and only Mr. Thomas on the phone. Mr. Thomas, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ricky.
Mr. Thomas, you love that song. That's why we played that song. Leave the door open. That's you and Maestro's song, ain't it?
Yes, sir. That's me and my good friend, Maestro Powell from Wabasso, Florida. Get me a brown bag of oranges, Maestro. I'm telling you. That's our song right now. I'm going to leave the door open.
Sing it, Mr. Thomas.
Huh?
Sing it, Mr. Thomas.
I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. I like when they say just say.
It's not quite the
like
same,
a
but
newborn. Yes, sir.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes, sir.
It is Father's Day week, man. How do you celebrate Father's Day not having any kids?
I celebrate. I light a cigar because that means I was successful all my life. You ain't gonna get me. Pull-out game is amazing. Pull-out game. Pull out the stick like I'm checking the oil in the car. That's right. Hold on, we're gonna need about 5 parts of synthetic oil. I pull out the stick like I'm checking oil.
That's one way to put it.
2 and 3, girl.
And Mr. Thomas, you want to promote safe sex too?
Yes, sir. You promote it because you don't need to be no hard-headed kids running around here. You better go on ahead and don't let her get on top of you. Get out. Go on. Get on out the door. Don't get on top of me. 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 Get out. Don't get on top of me.
Even now, Mr. Thomas?
Huh?
Even at this point in your life?
That's right. Don't get on top of me. I do the work. I got a strong back. I work out there in the field picking urgent with Maestro Power. I got a strong back. Don't get on top of me.
Right. You don't like them on top of you, Mr. Thomas.
Don't get on top of me. Don't get on top of me. All right. Don't get on top of me. Don't get on top of me. I like to do a push-up. Don't get on top of me. Let me do my push-ups. Don't get on top of me.
Don't listen to that song.
Let me do my push-ups. Don't get on top of me. Must be on drugs. Must be on that stuff. Don't get on top of me. Don't get on top. Don't get on top of me. We can do it.
I think they get it, Mr. Thomas.
Huh?
I think they get it. I think they get your point.
Oh, man, play the song.
No. You got to drill it into their head. Don't get on top of me.
Right. No, not at all, Mr. Thomas. You got to set them boundaries. That's right, Mr. Thomas. I hear your song, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you, because they must be on drugs.
They got to be. If they going to get on top of you.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You don't have to do drugs. Make a living.
He be off beat.
Oh, no.
I love it.
Oh, you don't have to do drugs.
Sing it. Oh, come on, Mr. Thomas.
What did it do? It'll make you think in the head.
Hey.
But before you know it, it'll kill you dead. Can't you see yourself? But this is my part right here.
Come on.
Come on to Jesus.
Come on to Jesus.
Yeah! Will you come right now? The doors of the church is open, Mr. Thomas. Come on.
I walk with you. Get up. Off
the cocaine and the crack.
Yes, sir. And get yourself together.
Get your mind back.
Get it.
Yeah. You don't have to do drugs. Come on,
You
Mr. Thomas.
don't have to do drugs.
Y'all give it up one time.
With you. If you got the old hard-headed gal on top of you, you tell her. Don't get on top of me.
Give it up for Mr. Thomas.
News headlines. Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rick's About the Morning Show. Hey, this segment is being brought by America's Best. That's right, y'all. Listen, don't overpay for eyewear. Visit America's Best and get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95. It's not just a better deal. It's America's Best. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. So here in national headlines, President Biden and other NATO leaders met at the summit in Brussels yesterday and addressed the issue of actions by both Russia and China. Meanwhile, there may soon be another approved vaccine against COVID-19. The company Novavax said yesterday that it has a 2-shot vaccine has been found to be 90% effective. Meanwhile, according to new data from Johns Hopkins University, 8 states are currently seeing an increase in COVID-19 infections. Alabama, Arkansas, Hawaii, Missouri, Nevada, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming have all seen cases spike in their states in the last 2 weeks. Now, in other news, as of today, Disney World and Disneyland will no longer require guests who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 to wear a face mask. Now, in other news, a supermarket cashier was shot and killed in Decatur, Georgia yesterday after an argument over wearing a face mask in the store. And last but certainly not least, you might remember a black teenager who was shot in 2018 after he missed his bus and knocked on the door of a white Michigan homeowner. Well, congratulations are in order to this young man. Mr. Brennan Walker graduated from high school a semester early this past weekend, and Brennan will attend the historical Black Florida Memorial University in Miami in the fall, where he plans on majoring in biology. Congratulations, King. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. You can follow me on all social media at Eva Marcille. Now it's time to take a look at sports. Rock T, what's going on?
All ready for Shetty. NBA playoffs, man. All I got to say is, mama, there go that man. Kawhi Leonard done it again, man. The Clippers beat Utah. They tied the series 2 games apiece. Him and Paul George both had 31 points. Let me tell you something. They was down 0-2 to the Mavericks in the first round to come back to win that series. They was down 0-2 to Utah with Donovan Mitchell, and they didn't tie that series up. It's not looking good for Utah right now. Atlanta Hawks, they even this series against the Philadelphia 76ers, man. They was all in Joel Embiid's head the second half. He came out and had 17 points the first half. In the second half, he had Zilcho. He had the goose egg. This is how you execute eliminating the opponent's best player from beating you, and you force everybody else to beat you, man. So Atlanta did that last night. The Brooklyn Nets, they bubble. Kyrie Irving is not going to be able to play for Game 5. He's still injured with that ankle injury. James Harden still out with his hamstring. Kevin Durant pretty much got to hold it down by himself. A little help from Blake Griffin and the rest of the cast. Basically, if Kyrie don't play, if James Harden don't play, Brooklyn is toast. They done. They eliminated. They gone. It is what it is, man. Last but not least, Rick, man, Hall of Famer Hooper and South Carolina women's basketball head coach Dawn Staley says that she's very confident, 100%, that she could lead an NBA team as a head coach to success. She's one of 2 female candidates interviewing for that Portland Trail Blazers head coaching job. I think they should give it to her. I would love to see a woman succeed in head coaching in the NBA. Yeah, man.
Me too.
Put Nancy Lieberman on that list. Coach Ham, all of them, man. There's a phenomenal women out there that doing some things.
Why this country's so sexist, but women be doing stuff, man. The best flights I ever had, I had ladies that was in the cockpit flying that damn plane, nice, smooth. I ain't never had a rough landing with a lady up in the cockpit flying the plane. And there's some women, lady captains out there.
Yes, sir.
That captain boats, man. So, and the reason I say that is because for the simple fact that this country is so sexist as well as racist, women really go out of their way to try to make sure that they pay attention to details and make it happen, because they already know that the odds are already stacked against them. So I always get excited, and I always speak to the females that's sitting up in the cockpit, especially African-American women pilots. I absolutely love them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all I got for sports, Rick Dog, man. The Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, 29 before the top of the hour. Y'all, this segment is being brought to you by Indeed. Are you looking to hire? Well, Indeed will help you speed up the process. They have 135 skills tests to help you find the right candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. BET has announced that Taraji P. Henson will host the 2021 BET Awards, which will go down June 27th at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. In addition, Queen Latifah will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, Taraji said in a statement, for more than 20 years, the BET Awards have been a celebration of black creativity, art, and excellence. Returning live, this year's show will be unlike anything we've ever seen before, and I'm honored to be sharing the stage with so many powerful and prolific women in music and entertainment. The BET Awards, once again, will be at the forefront of black culture.
But is it the same since listen, when what's her name left? BET, the CEO? What's her name?
Deborah.
Oh my God.
Deborah Lee.
Oh my God. I'm just a fan of her work, man. When she was over the CEO of BET, man, that doggone awards was like something. It was huge, and I just hope they get it back to that point. I'm just being
that was
honest.
Right.
That was a couple of other people. That was Stephen Hill. That was Reggie Hudlin and Jesse Collins that were
Stephen
really
Hill,
instrumental in making. Like Stephen Hill's the reason why Bruno Mars opened BET. That was Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen Hill is a nice guy. He had a whole lot to do with my career. Gave me some wonderful opportunities. Absolutely. Where is he now? What is he doing?
He has a show, Rick. He has a radio show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. He be on live all the time doing having conversations and stuff, real educational stuff, and he's just so smart, and he knows this industry from front to back. He knows what to do.
For the listening audience, Stephen Hill is like a mogul in the television industry that gave a lot of us great opportunities. BET, from BET Comic View to the little sketch comedy shows we had back in the day. So
Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yeah. So I'm grateful to them for giving me my start for sure.
That's right. He helped out a lot of people. Shout out to you, Stephen Hill. And coming up next, y'all, we gonna wrap up the hot spot right there. I guess you would assume that. Coming up next, we got Yunetta Spring with Talk It Out Tuesday, and we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it is Talk It Out Tuesday on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Y'all help me welcome licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring. Man, we are so excited to have you this morning. And now your theme for this month is June Bloom, which means being in full bloom and showing up as your true, authentic self. So what do you have for us this morning?
Yeah. Hey, Ricky. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Yay!
So today, I'm talking about the theme for the month is June Bloom, and I want to talk about blooming specifically of, how to be authentic with our post-pandemic boundaries, okay? So I made a post yesterday for Move Forward Monday on the Spring Forth Counseling Instagram page, and it said, I will honor myself continuously, even when doing so creates a conflict with someone else's agenda or expectation of me, okay? So basically what that means is everybody not going to be okay or happy with your bloom and with your boundaries, right? So we have to learn how to be okay with other people not being okay. All right. And the reason why I say this is because, over the pandemic, a lot of people said how beneficial it was. There were a lot of things that were not beneficial, that were traumatic. But there were also some beneficial things in terms of people being able to sit down and slow down and reflect and get to know more about themselves and spend time with their family and things like that. So we all are kind of eager to get out and live life. And I encourage and invite people to do that. But as we're getting back to normal, it's important, or what quote unquote is normal, right? It's important to not lose what you learned about yourself when you had to be by yourself.
Right.
Because it's important to think about, how do I want to show up in this post-pandemic space? We do not have to do everything that we were doing before, in some cases. You don't have to be around everybody you were around before. You don't have to go to the same places you went to before. If you want to, cool, but it's really important to check in and see, how do I feel now? Because the person you were before the pandemic may not be the same person you are now.
Right.
So as we're reintegrating, this is a question that you can ask yourself is, does this space still serve me? And do I still serve this space?
Right.
Because, Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask you, do you think that, after the pandemic, some people have been, are totally different people and have been changed for life? And how do you think after the pandemic might have a mental, because you went from one extreme to another extreme back to another extreme, because even now is totally different from prior to the pandemic, because
exactly.
Yeah,
things are changing. Things are constantly changing. And we tend to be creatures of habit, right? We like to do things that feel familiar, but one thing we have to recognize is sometimes what's familiar is not always what's best for us. Because last year we had external boundaries. We had people kind of telling us what we could or couldn't do externally, right? But now in this space, we have to learn how to set internal boundaries, right? We need to check in and see what is it what's best for me now? What do I need to do? What's happening with me internally? And that could be challenging. That could be really challenging. So, of course, I have like 3 little tips for y'all, right? And the first one is, these tips are just basically how to bloom with boundaries, right? You want to show up as your authentic self, but you still want to be able to maintain your boundaries. The first thing is to reflect. Think about over the past year. When were you calm? When were you happy? When were you content? When were you your best self? Think about that, right? The next one is to resist the urge to people please. Listen, your sole purpose in this world is not to make other people happy.
Come on now.
Especially if you are unhappy, okay? So we have to be able to resist that as we're reintegrating. And the third one is to reintegrate slowly. It's okay to take your time to see how you feel, to see what you already have to do before you commit and overextend yourself. Check in with yourself.
Right. This is really good. And because it is a different time. It is a total different time than before. So we're dealing with a whole new administration, a whole new president, a whole new administration, social justice, prior to the pandemic, then after the pandemic, and there's been a lot of deaths and depression in between. Right. So therapy is so needed, and let everybody know how you could be reached.
Yeah, so if you need to reach me, you can find my website is springforthcounseling.org, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Springforth Counseling, YouTube, Yunetta Spring, or you can text the word Spring to 55444 for resources.
Yeah, Counselor Spring, I appreciate that, because I need to come in for a session today.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I went over a girl house last night. I ain't never seen a roach with a mask on. I was like, what the hell?
Oh. Responsible rodents.
A roach mask. I'm done.
I said, man, I said, what did I asked that roach? I said, what did you order? He talking about some Amazon. I said, I just got on up and left. Counselor Spring, we are so happy to have you every Tuesday.
Amazon.
Oh, y'all take care.
Y'all give it up for Counselor Yunetta Spring.
One time.